Basically, I think the property market in Sabah uh, is still on a upward change, uh, despite what has been said by the well-known valuer in KK. He claimed that the market for the next 5 years would be gloomy. So I think it's on the contrary. Until today, after the press release or the statement made by the prominent valuer, the situation is even more prominent. I think the property market is even more vibrant at the moment. But of course, there are certain category of housing or properties are more vibrant than the other. Uh, Especially now, we need to look at, as requested by the government, to look at affordable housing, affordable range, like the Prima housing and so on. So, so developers have to relook at their focus rather than just building high end and forgetting what is the affordable range. So the market is always there. So it's how we approach the market and how we deal with the market. Yeah, at the moment. I think it's about, first of all, we need to understand the salary of our population. 65 to 70% of our people are below the 5,000 mark, 5,000 ringgit mark. So this means a lot of this range, people cannot afford to buy housing more than the 300 to 300,000 and below and above. Sorry. So we need, especially for fresh graduates and school young couple, they're having problem of getting to buy this property. It's impossible because with the Bank Negara ruling now, they are based on net income, how much you have your loan you've taken up, credit cards and so on. End of the day, you probably your income left is probably insufficient to buy a house. So this is the problem at the moment. So a lot of our applicants are facing rejection by the bank or turned down by the bank because of this net income issue. So for them to buy a $500,000 terrace house is impossible. So they have to have a joint income of easily more than 6,000 per month in order to be able to purchase a terrace house. So in this situation, we need to provide more affordable home. The government wanted us to build about in the region of 250,000 benchmark for affordable home, whereas the Prima is between 300 to 400,000. So this is the range that developers should focus and meet the requirement of the property sector at the moment. Our project come in handy, timely, especially with the government call for affordable homes. So even though we are not at the lower benchmark, we are in the affordable range. This means it's between 300 to 400 plus ringgit, 400 1,000. So so that we can bring in this group of people to be our buyers, rather than go for something high end, and especially with this situation where the banks are tightening their control. We started off in the early 2003, 2004, where we were offered a piece of land in Putatan township. So that's the time that we entered into property market, property development. That's the beginning of our journey as a developer. So that is our benchmark, where is our focus point, our starting point. of Putatan, our first project, the Grain Plaza Putatan, where we built a commercial center with shops and hypermarkets, club, clubhouse, recreation center, and so on. Even we have intention even to build in the train station and the bus terminal, but unfortunately the bus terminal has been taken out of that place. Otherwise, it would be a very holistic development. Absolutely right. I think even the Chief Minister recently announced that he wanted to make Putatan a greater KK, greater KK, with the view of Putatan is only 10 kilometers within KK, within reach. So we are more or less in the greater CBD. In fact, if the CBD area, by right, it should be expanded rather than 10 kilometers. It should be extended 15 kilometers radius. That would cover Putatan inside the 15 kilometers radius. So rightfully, Putatan should be considered city limit. In terms of facilities, recently the government's already improved the road system. They have now given improved it to 6 lanes, 3 up and 3 down. So that is a good sign. There's a beginning of the government input to bring Putatan into greater focus. So, and then with the inception of the new Pan Ponyo Highway, that would even further develop Putatan. Not only just Putatan, the whole of Southern Corridor, all the way up to Bothwood, Sipitang. Eventually, I would think that Lokawi area, Kina Road, all this will be developed. Well, like I said, it's always opportunity comes. It has always been in my mind to, engineers has never dissected from property. Of course, there's the thin line of professionalism and property. So engineer is also part of the property market. Just that it's a matter of professionalism and developer. Nowadays, we also want to look at developer to be a professional career, not anybody to become a developer. I mentioned I brought up last time, not everybody holding a hammer can be a builder, and not everybody have the money to be a developer. So we need, developer also need to have the skill, need to have the vision, the skill, and the passion of building homes, for the people. So we must have the heart for the society. We're actually doing a social job, it's a social responsibility. So like the government always reminds us that it's the social responsibility of building, of pumping back to the public. So talking about rescue basis, whether Sharida is doing, there has been talk about that, trying to have a central fund, contribute to a central fund when one of our associates got into trouble or bankruptcy or financial problem, there would be a avenue to go into rescue. So there is some talk going on, but there is nothing concrete at the moment. Like I said earlier, the problem is the loan issue. Most of our buyers are very keen. We have the market, we have the buyers coming in, and but end of the days, whether they can get their end finance or not is another issue. There are the pro and cons about the IBS scheme, actually, but apparently some developers, not in Sabah, the West Malaysian side, they have abused the concept of the IBS scheme. Abused, there's been abused. In actual fact, it's a good system,
Good system.
Good system.
Would you be introducing it to your strata?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. We are offering a different scheme. This is actually built over built over about 9 acres, so the plot ratio is pretty good. They have plenty of car parks, and then beside the car parks there is also a clubhouse, management house with gym, swimming pool, and games room and so on. So we are also giving the latest look. The project is actually facing this. One part is facing the sea, and the back view is facing Mount Kinabalu. So this Taman Katiao is the place where it's very serene village area, and it's very ideal for residents, for housing area, quiet and serene. I think we are satisfied as what we are at the moment. The pace we are doing, we don't want it to be too aggressive, or we don't want to be, because we don't know what the situation would be like in the next 5 years. So of course we need to diversify. We need to diversify.
You mean outside of the developers?
We need to have business complementing development. So we are also going into resort center, resort lodge, mountain lodge, and river lodge into our business.
Well, that means you are going into the state tourism industry.
Yes. I think personally, I feel that it's not the classification of. We do not want to too much to to segregate whether you're Sarawakian or Sapahan or West Malaysian developer. We are actually trying to consolidate. Even Sharida, we have Sarawakian developers, we have West Malaysian developers, and Sapahan developers. So we work together. So it's just that unfortunately, more Sarawakians have more land bank than us.
Why is
So
that so?
that I don't know. They seem to have acquired land bank earlier than us, you know. So like you may be right that Sabahans may be a bit. We are a bit.
Laid back.
We only laid back early. We should have grabbed the situation earlier. So now number of Sapahan developers are coming up. That's the situation.